Hello and welcome back to rollxplay, where we roll dice and play games. You've joined us for Threads of Chaos, but more importantly, there is a happy birthday to be given today, since most of us forgot. But it is Arne's birthday today, so please, everyone, round of applause for Arne for having made it another year. Well done. Well done. One more year. Congratulations.
Thank you. Bowing in all directions.
With the celebrations announcements out of the way, we'll just continue. So, last we left off, there was a bit of a hubbub in between the party members. There were some lies that were kind of caught out, some hidden identities that were upheld or shown in the light, shall we say. And the party had grown a slight mistrust with one another, more particularly pointed towards Oberon, who is in fact Helen, who they had thought had died many, many moons ago. But now, in the aftermath of all of the actions taking place in the last few sessions, there is a bit of a lull at the moment. There is no pressure to fight any demons at the moment, although they have one in mind for which one to go to next. There is some downtime, we'll say. In this downtime, as each of you have kind of, at the end of last session, found your own little spaces to gather your own thoughts and to think about what will happen next for each of you, we are going to take a slight look back to the downtime that was had and some more moments from there. For everyone watching at home, I did not inform the players of this, so we'll see how they do. So we are going to start in... We'll start with Robbie, since you're on the top left, and we go clockwise from there.
God damn it.
Yep. So, Alicia, we go back quite a few months ago. We forget all of this to a time that was fairly happy, to a time where you were above the clouds, in Cloud 9, shall we say, well, literally and metaphorically. You are in the city of Zefdal. Cal is somewhere lost in the city, getting up to no good, as they are trying to find some excitement in this place that is pristine. But you have spent some time with Kai here. Now, if you could describe to us what the last few days have been like between both Alicia and Kai, whilst they've been in this city, basically by themselves.
He probably would have been catching up, Kai, with most of the things that happened between him leaving the Riverblue household till now. Maybe leaving out the like super horrific details of everything,
that's a good idea.
But like the gist of it, and just wanting to spend time together watching Kai perform, trying to maybe go on a date, ? If there is places to go here, but Alicia isn't familiar.
Are there places to go? Of course there are. This is a city that is the epitome of the upper echelon of society. This place has everything, and if you want to go out for a nice meal, there are plenty of places to choose from. There is not a single spot here that is not spotless or prepared or ready for any sort of occasion. You have everything at your disposal here, and if you wish to go on a date, you're more than welcome to. But do you initiate, or will it be Kai trying to initiate?
I feel like it would have been a mutual thing, kind of awkwardly asking at the same time. But besides that, during the entire time, it seemed like Alicia would be trying to find the right moment to say something to Kai, but just doesn't seem to find it yet.
Sure. Well, we'll focus on a moment where they are at dinner, on perhaps their first date. Even though it's not the first time they've eaten together, this would probably be what you would assume is a date. And there hasn't been one that's been officiated before, so this is, in the very literal meanings of the word, your first date. Please describe to us what Alicia looks like on this evening, and as well, Kai, while you're at it. Why not?
Oh, that depends where they would... I don't think they would pick anything fancy.
There's no option to go any less, so...
Oh, fuck. I mean, not like a fancy restaurant, but maybe like a bar or something like that.
Okay.
something just a bit more casual, not like fine dining, because Alicia would assume that Kai's maybe a bit uncomfortable or not fond of those sort of places. So he's dressed a bit more relaxed, not in his like cleric-esque outfit. He doesn't have the white cloak he usually wears. Just regular clothing. Maybe unbutton the vest a little bit.
Okay. What about Kai? What is Kai wearing? What's the sort of outfit that you can see him wearing on an evening?
Probably similar, like punk rock aesthetic, but maybe a bit more put together, cleaned off a little bit, different jacket. I'm assuming it's a bit cold here, so maybe not the instead of the crop top, it would be like a turtleneck sort of thing.
Sure. He'll probably mismatch some of the things that he's been given by the new band that he's been playing with for a while. All of them dressed in black suits. He probably put something together with his normal attire that he has, mixed in with the kind of leather jacket, but it's kind of a higher collar, something a bit more warmer and insulated underneath, just to keep him to stave off the cold. But at the moment, it is just the two of you in this bar. It is the middle of the day, we'll say, going into the later hours of the evening as you've kind of sat there for a bit, had a few drinks, now dinner is beginning to have, and the people just kind of start going about their own business. They've all left the building itself and have now gone into the streets to celebrate the same coronation that's still been going on for a while now. It's a few weeks of a tradition that they have once a year. So you are here just relaxed and enjoying yourselves, not having to worry about the festivities outside. What is Alicia's drink of choice?
Probably nothing too strong considering how he is with drinks. So he's pacing himself. Maybe like a champagne or something like that. Light drink, nothing too crazy.
All right. The bartender who has been working behind the bar for most of the night is the only one working here today. So you see she's kind of moved from the bar with you guys to now serving your table directly. She is dressed in kind of a nice sort of frillic dress, nothing too fancy, but something more practical as it has tons of pockets on it for all of the things she carries. But she'll walk over, take your order, head back, and you just kind of begin to intermingle with Kai. He'll just kind of like look at you with this sort of half smile, seeing you just drink and look around and take in the surroundings. You're loving this, aren't you?
The restaurant bar?
The relaxed nature of everything around, because you've never really looked that relaxed.
Oh. Do I not? I guess so. It's nice to have just some time to breathe, not worry about things.
Yeah, it is. Are you worried about things?
Yeah, a bit. Some things. Like, hopefully Cal didn't get into too much trouble.
Oh, the ginger guy? Yeah, he's definitely got into trouble, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe there's no point in worrying about the inevitable then.
No. I'm sure he'll be fine. He seemed capable enough, and the guy looks like he had quite a few scars, so he's probably been in that situation more than once before.
Yeah. I've seen it. He has. Well,
Just gonna nod along.
are you enjoying this sort of peaceful thing? This place? I was quite surprised that you were here.
Well, again, it was through circumstance. I'm enjoying it for the most part. The people here they're okay. Now, they're not my people, but I have to put up with some broken eggs to at least get by. So, it's okay. It's okay. I think it's nice that there's some celebrations happening. Without it, I'd probably lose my fucking mind. So, at least there's some noise happening, because I've been told that without that festival, this place is pretty cookie cutter. It's not that exciting. So,
Would you say it's better or worse than Isradana?
do you want to be offended, or...
You think I like my hometown that much?
Well, it's your hometown. Why wouldn't you? Surely there's some pride in it. I don't like where I came from, but I'm still proud of being from there.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you from exactly? You've kind of always dodged the question.
And I'll continue to dodge it.
Why? If you're so proud of it.
Proud inside. My pride doesn't have to be on the outside.
Suspicious. All right.
Yeah,
One press on it.
I know it's suspicious, but I like it, but it's different now. That's why you can be proud of something for what it was, for what it represents, but things change. Doesn't mean your opinion changes of them.
Suppose so. There's some parts of Israel that I like. Wouldn't say I'm proud of it. Especially the part where I'm from, so.
Here's a question. If you had a chance to change anything in your life, what would it be? One thing.
How big are we talking?
How big is your imagination? But it has to be your life. One thing that's happened in your life. You can't stop saving the world. Just want to know about yours.
His expressions, not sours, but grows a bit mellow for a moment, but he shakes it off. Probably killing that demon before it got to run away, or cast that wall thing, or stop Cal from killing that snail by running into the city. I think that's probably a good one.
The more you tell me about Cal, the more I want to know more.
I had a feeling you two would get along.
But I feel like that answer's a bit of a cop-out. Not going to call you out for it, but you could have changed anything in your life, and you chose to change actions that were either outside of your own hands or were done by others.
So it would have to be something I did.
Well, all of these things are very recent. You always talk about how much you at least have a bad taste of home in your mouth. Why didn't you start there? Why did you choose to change something that's recent?
Well, I don't know if any action I did could have changed home a lot. Not in a way that I would like it to, at least.
Okay. Well, I just thought I'd ask.
There's What would you pick then, if you could change one thing?
If I could change one thing in my life, what would I change? Well, there's two. One's going to be the slight answer. The other one's a bit more of a personal one. The one, I'll just say it now. I kind of wish I had said something sooner to you, rather than wait all this time. Because maybe that would have changed things. Would have changed how all of this would have turned out, at least. Not all the heartache of you being elsewhere, or having thought of you being someone you're not. And even though I don't hate you for what you did or anything like that, it was outside of your control, but there were still thoughts about it. Still passed my mind. The other one is, well, never really got to know my parents, so I would have liked to have known them a bit more. Maybe tried, put more of an effort. Because they were just there, but I never really paid much attention to them. And then they weren't.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought you just didn't get along.
That's years ago. Nothing to be sorry about. Life is life.
How old were you?
15. Old enough, but too young as well. It's
I don't
not
think
awkward in between.
anyone's old enough to lose their parents.
Well, like I said, we were never that close. But as the years go by, and seeing everyone have at least a history with theirs, kind of makes me think that I miss out on that sort of history. But hey.
Well, I think I have my non-cop-out answer, I guess.
Okay, let's hear it then. You can't
I
use
wish
mine.
Well, it's similar, but I wish I would have met you sooner.
Yeah. Would have been nice. Would have been better.
It would have been, but you know, we have time now.
Well, do we?
Yes. At least I hope so.
But aren't you going to go away and do your thing now?
Doesn't mean we can't visit each other. Stay in contact.
No. That's right.
And you're always welcome to come with me. Though I wish not to put you in that sort of danger.
Tempting offer. Tempting. Present company is nice, but death on the horizon. Not sure.
Yeah, not gonna push you into that one. But you're welcome to visit as well, whenever you want.
Might be nice. See this new life you have outside of Isradana.
I'm still figuring out everything myself.
Well, isn't that what all of us are doing?
I suppose.
I saw this really old dwarf the other day, and I think he was 200, if not slightly older. And even he didn't look like he had it all pieced together. If a guy at 200 doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing, or what he's going to do, I feel like that's just what we're meant to do, or how we're meant to be.
Just stumbling through life.
Fuck it, why not?
Oh, it's nice to have a bit of a plan, though.
Bit of spontaneity never killed anyone.
I guess so. It seems to be a motto with the group as well. Listen, I kind of have to tell you something.
Okay.
It doesn't feel fair to keep it from you, especially if we're serious about this.
His eyes begin to narrow. Yes. Awfully suspicious.
I don't want to ruin the mood of this, though.
I brought out my dead parents, so I think you're fine.
Okay. Okay. Well, touche. I mean, you probably noticed at some point the limp, the running out of breath.
Yeah, you have
thing.
bad cardio. I get it.
Yeah, well, I've always been like that, and I will stay like that.
He just shrugs.
I have a condition. It makes life a bit tougher. It's why my mom was so overprotective. And it might get worse with time. I got a glimpse of how it might be once I'm old. I just don't tell it to most people who haven't met me before because I don't want them to think of me less or look down at me with pity or treat me like a kid can't do anything by himself. And I know you would understand, but just couldn't find the right time to tell you.
He'll get up and he'll grab his chair, swing it around the table, and sit on it. Now face to face with you, closer than when the table was in between.
Just looking at him very nervously.
Eliseo, it doesn't matter. I know it's going to be harder for you, but look at what you're doing now. I know it's probably hard. I know what you're going through is very difficult. Has that stopped you? Has that stopped you to find me? I'm in a fucking floating city. You don't have wings. How the fuck did you get here?
Well, about that. Well, Cal helped. I didn't actually fly here.
He kind of shakes his head. Either way, you've done more than most who have everything and anything. But it's your spirit that keeps you going. Keeps me going, keeps you going, keeps all of us going. Fuck what's here. And he gestures to, like, all of you. Fuck what's here.
Okay.
You can fuck it later, but you know what I mean?
Okay.
This doesn't really matter. It's what's inside. How you look, how you think you feel. It's not any different. It's not. And he points over to the barwoman. She is the same as you. You are the same as me. We all have something inside of us, right? No matter how physically abled we may be, no matter what sort of challenges we may face. There's prejudice and everything around the world, but inside, that's what counts. You've made moves that no one else would. And thank you for telling me, but this isn't your weakness. This is your strength. So don't think that it's some sort of omen. No.
I know. I don't think of it as an omen. I wouldn't change anything about it. It made me the person I am today. It's just, people treat you differently or look at you differently.
Fuck 'em.
Thank you.
And if I say something that offends you, fuck me. You know?
You haven't so far.
Well, give it another hour, another glass of champagne, and maybe. You've not seen me completely drunk.
I haven't?
You want it tonight? Okay, well, you may have seen a tiefling, but you haven't seen the tiefling, okay?
The tiefling.
Just saying. Wait until later. And he holds your hands before he stands back up. Thank you for telling me. But I accept you for who you are, Alicio. You don't need to put up barriers with me.
Thank you as well for always treating me the same as everyone else. And I know that sounds weird, but
It's only normal.
it's all I really wanted.
No one is better or bigger than anyone else. We're all the same. We all have a heart, we all have a soul. That's what truly matters.
This is why I like you.
Wow. Using the elbow so soon? Wow.
Is that a problem?
No. No, you can say it again.
I like you.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
I'm in love with you.
You might have to say that a bit closer.
Alicia's gonna move in closer and give him a kiss on the cheek.
He'll lean in and kiss you on the lips instead.
He leans in.
As the evening continues, how long does Alicio stay in Zeftal for?
I think we said 2 weeks was the limit
Yeah.
that the giant gave us.
You have essentially the same amount of time as the festivities that were going on.
He'll stay as long as he can then, just spending more time with Kai. Introducing him to Cal eventually.
Okay, well, we'll get to that now. Leonie, please describe to me the mischief that Cal gets up to in
Oh lord.
Honestly, shockingly tame.
Shockingly Tame.
He does set out with the intent to get very high. Because the last few weeks have been a wild rush and he hasn't gotten very high recently. And this is a safe position to get high.
Because this is happening, could you please roll a nature check? This is before any of the items that you've received from.
Yeah, just a normal nature.
Just a normal check.
21.
It sounds like someone has learned that there's parties happening in Zeftal and have made it their mission to sneak in with a load, and I mean a load, a bucket full of just random drugs. And you just see this guy down the alleyway. Hey, come here. Come here. You look like you're in for a bit of a party week, aren't you?
I am.
Can I interest you in this bottle of drugs?
Was it specifically? Because that's a bit vague.
Well, that's everything you need. It's got drug type A, B, C, D. Do I need to keep talking through the alphabet, or do you get what I'm saying?
I think I get it. Is there anything beginner friendly in there?
Oh yeah, this bucket has them all, and he just pulls out this bucket that was behind him.
Cool. How much do you want for the bucket?
How much you want to buy it for?
Wait, this is Zeftal, so I have to compensate for that. 5 gold?
5 gold?
Yeah.
You taking the piss?
No, I don't even know what the fuck's in there.
I told you it's got type A, B, C, D, fucking alphabet,
Doesn't
mate.
mean anything.
5 gold pieces.
Yeah.
There's at least 24 gold pieces in there. At least, at minimum.
Oh, that's way too many fucking drugs. I don't want to get that high.
Well, you don't have to use them all in one go.
but-
Fucking hell.
True.
You'll be built
Good
like a
point.
stegosaurus if you tried all of them at once.
What's the Stegosaurus?
It's a fucking animal, innit?
Huh. Cool. We're getting distracted. How about you just give me what's in there worth 5 gold?
Well, mate, I've got to be honest. I've got to kind of just get rid of all of it, so...
I'm not giving you more than 5 gold.
He'll just kind of like look at the bucket for a minute. And there's all sorts of vials. There's even like petrified animals in there wrapped in some sort of cloth, some wrapped in leaves. 5 gold. What can I buy at 5 gold? Eh?
Well, you know, if you don't spend it here, you can buy quite a lot with it. I wouldn't recommend spending it here, because I don't think you get shit for it here. But if you go back to the surface and spend the money there, then you can get a lot of shit for 5 gold.
I was hoping I'd get fucking rich here with all of this, but I'm just gonna get ripped off.
I mean, maybe you try selling it to natives. Because I think they're used to way higher prices, so they might be... I'm talking myself out of the drugs.
The people that want to just like hang you and like strip you for dead. No, I'm not gonna give it to them. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, obviously don't approach those people.
Can you make it 12?
No,
Can you make it 13?
that's more than 12.
That's not a no.
But I already said no to 12.
14? Come on, man, I
Cool.
really need this money.
literally don't have a source of income, so I can't be spending what money I have on drugs.
You got better chances than I have.
I
You're a
already
nice
am.
looking guy. You got a bow. You're wearing necklaces.
Uh-huh. Do you need financial support? I can introduce you to people. Do you need a job?
Well, if you can find me a job, then I'll give it to you for 5 gold.
Okay.
Spits in his hand.
Okay.
There we are.
We're probably in the city for a while.
We're bonded. We're like brothers
but-
now.
Okay, I already have a brother. I don't need another one.
Got 3 now.
Oh. Did they also promise to get you jobs? Because if so, they're liars.
No. I just got a wart on my ass that's called Clive. We're a double duo.
Okay. Well, anyway, once my friend and I are heading back to the surface, we can take you with us, and then I can introduce you to some people.
So what the fuck am I going to do for the next week then until you're gone?
Wait. Enjoy the festivities? Try
don't
not to
enjoy
spend the
this
5
shit.
gold I'm not going to give you? What do you mean? It's a
What are you up to?
I'm up to stuff that involves a friend of mine who's very private, and I don't think he's going to be very delighted if I bring a random drug dealer with me.
Oh, whoa. I'm not a drug dealer anymore. I quit. I sold up. I'm done.
Yeah, okay. Another point. I am also going to be meeting Alexis, the head warden of the Storm Exogate prison. I'm sure
Shit.
he'd be delighted if I bring a former drug dealer with me.
Oh,
so,
he won't know. Maybe he can find me a job.
how the fuck isn't he gonna know?
What, do I look like a drug dealer?
Does he look like a drug dealer,
He
Max?
looks like a drug dealer.
You kind of look like a drug dealer.
I can clean up. I can wash my hair, I think. The bit that's left.
Okay, how about this? I have some more time before I'm meeting up with my friend. How about we go back down to the surface? I talk to the people I know immediately, and then we're finished.
You're like kind of the only person I've spoken to. So, this city scares me.
Yeah.
Can I just go with you instead?
No. Okay, we're gonna go see if someone can bring us down, because I don't think I can fly both of us down. That's not gonna work. Also, I have no fucking clue where we are. I need someone to get us I know someone who might hire you. I can ask him. He lives in Chart 1, the Warforged place. But he's not a Warforged. He might hire you.
I don't know any of the words you just fucking told me.
That is fascinating. Where are you from?
I'm from Calzaria, mate.
Okay, perfect. Do you know the forest with the red trees, the pink red trees?
Oh, fuck that. No, I'm not going there.
No, it's not. I think it's like the.
They're all like goody two shoes. No. I'm
No,
not
not
doing that.
not
Fuck
the
that.
guild, not the guild. The Warforged place that's like close to the Adventuring Guild.
The place that blew up. No thanks. Not going there either.
I don't think it blew. Max, did it blow up?
No.
Am I forgetting that we blew up the wolf? We didn't blow it up. That place we didn't blow up. No, that's not what I meant. Forget it. I'm going to get you a job there, and you're coming with me. Stop arguing. I'm helping you.
All right, brother.
Also, here are your 5 golds. Give me my drugs.
Transaction made. I quit.
And he throws a small little hat that he had on the back of his head onto the ground.
I'm no longer a drug dealer. Whoa.
Oh boy. Okay, Cal stashes all the drugs in his. I'm going to scratch out 5 gold from my character.
By the way, you and me now are linked. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Come on.
If you don't, by the way, I'm just saying this. Look, we're cool,
Yeah.
but if you don't get me a job, I'll just rat that you got a load of drugs on you and you bought them off
That's
of me.
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going to a place where no one cares. Come on.
Great.
And he follows you.
Is there like a teleportation circle here that people can use? Or do
Not
I have to
not
actually
one
find
that
someone that can
use.
teleport me?
You need to ask someone, yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, then I guess I am going to try and find Alexis again, because I need to get this guy down to Clash at 1. So that's the only person I can think of that would hire a drug dealer, because he himself is also a drug dealer pastime. So my brain is like, connection made.
Okay.
Anyway,
You
I'm thinking of the centaur that Cal bought drugs from, like, way back.
Jesus Christ, I know which one you're talking about.
Perfect.
You find Alexis at one point patrolling the party that's been going on through the streets. The drug dealer, no longer drug dealer, holds onto your arm.
Yeah, are we sure about this?
Yeah.
You got a load of fucking drugs on you, mate. He might fucking see it.
No, they're in. Cal put them in his bag of holding, so they're not visible.
Okay.
It's fine. It's chill. I've partied with this guy. Okay, he's much more chill than he
You
looks
party
like.
with him? Okay.
Way more chill than he looks like.
Okay, that's my sort of people then.
Not that chill.
I think we're getting some wires crossed here.
Just be quiet.
Calamarios.
All right.
Hello, my friend.
Hey, it's been very, very short.
It has been only 1 day and a half.
Yeah. Can I ask for another favor?
Anything for you, friend.
I sort of need to get a new friend down to the surface again, and then I kind of need to get back up. I made a new friend, and he doesn't... He's a bit overwhelmed by all the festivities, and his business here has concluded. So, do you think there's a possibility that he could put us back down, like somewhere near Glasshat 1 in Cause area, and then pick me back up?
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
He looks at you, looks at the basically homeless man, drug dealer beside you. Looks at him again. Do I know you, friend?
Carol said you like to party, I like to party too, so maybe we've seen each other a night out.
That is possible. That is very possible.
Yeah.
Okay, well. The Shard of Glass, Calzerio in general, is very difficult to get to, but I can ask one of the priests. Perhaps they will be happy with sending you there.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Can I ask what sort of business it is?
So he just got fired, and I have a
quit,
friend that I
actually.
think is gonna. Okay, details are not important, and
I was my
I
own
have
boss.
a friend. Shut up. I have a friend who I think is going to give him a new job, and he's at Glassshot 1, so he has a little plant business there, and I think the two of them might work out. So yeah, I'm trying to give him new employment essentially.
What are your skills, friend?
Well, mixing, taking, and giving. Bit of barter as well.
Perfect for a plant business, obviously.
I have not looked into the botanist line of work. This sounds plausible. There is plenty of area to work here in the city if you're looking for work.
Oh, is that right? You didn't say that, Cal.
Well, it's my second time in the city, so I'm not too familiar with employment opportunities.
But you already have a plan. I don't want to get into this.
Wait. What sort of pay are we talking here? How much money can I be making here?
Much more than you would do on the surface.
Really? Ah. Okay.
I tried.
Well, it is up to you, Carl. This is your reference. Do you want me to sustain you, or shall we look for a job here for the gentleman?
Well, do you have a place to stay here? Looks at the former drug dealer.
No.
Do you have the means to get a place to stay here?
I have an ex-client that I was hoping to stay at for a little bit.
An ex-client? Okay. Well, if it is somewhere to stay, then I can offer you my home for a little bit. If you are so close to Calameos, of course.
I met this man today.
Yeah, but we're like brothers. We bonded so quickly. And so fast have we become so bonded in both blood, but also... I don't know what I'm going to say next, so... We're close.
I think I'd really appreciate if you just could arrange for us to be brought to the surface. I think it's just a smarter option, honestly.
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Well, please, let me take the two of you this way. He takes both of you into the castle. There is a small side room. Please, if you could wait here for a moment, Calameos. May I speak with you outside?
Yeah, no worries. I'll wait in here in this tiny box.
Thank you. Calameos,
Yeah.
why are you with this drug dealer?
Because I saw him and I realized that he was up to no good, so I tried to reform him and tried to get him a new job. Tried to reorient him so he was making good amounts of money. Which technically that is what I'm doing. You know, giving him a better outlook into the future. And I do actually have a friend in Glacier 1 who I think would actually employ him and might be able to fix him. Possibly.
I do not doubt that you have many friends. What I do doubt is the credibility of this, sir.
Yeah.
And you seem much more nervous around me.
Yeah, so I might have bought drugs of him before I tried to reform him.
Calameos. His hands on his hips.
Well, I didn't bring any with me, but I wanted to have fun. And I'm meeting Anicio's friend, boyfriend, ex something for the first time. And I wanted to offer him some because from what Anicio told me, he might be into that. And I wanted to make a good impression. But again, I didn't have anything on me except for like this one really old smiler that I'm not sure if they actually go bad. I would have to ask. But those aren't too fun anyway. And the last time I tried one of those, it went very badly. And Helen ran into some cannibal things. That wasn't related, by the way. That was not related.
So you're confessing you have more drugs on you than the ones I procured from this gentleman.
No, I have one mushroom.
He leans down. Calameos. You cannot be buying drugs in the city. You should not be taking drugs either.
That's what I thought.
Now, even though we are friends, it would be bad practice of me to let this slide. So, it is with regret that I will have to put you in prison for at least 2 weeks.
Okay. That's completely reasonable, I get it. Yeah.
The gentleman will also be going with you.
Yeah, I understand. Can we not be in the same cell? I think he really misunderstands our relationship.
I will have to see what is left. Irishi has made sure that few of them are left unattended. Hopefully not. But I cannot guarantee.
Okay.
Okay.
Could you tell Alicia that I got arrested for something less stupid? He's not likely to believe it.
Of course. And he puts a hand on your shoulder, kind of. He's a giant, so it doesn't really make sense, but he gestures either way. I hope this does not make a rift between us, but I hope you also understand that I cannot let these things happen.
Oh yeah, no, obviously, absolutely not. No hard feelings. This was not how it was supposed to go. And yeah, I have 100% regret breaking the law and shit. 100%.
Okay, you don't have to lie in my face. That's fine.
No, I do regret that I didn't realize this was... Like, many parts of Khazari, this is not as illegal. So...
Well, you're still getting arrested.
Yeah,
you'll now open
totally,
the door to the other guy. Excuse me, sir. Please follow me. Your new home awaits you.
Oh, really? Oh.
He gives you a double thumbs up, Cal. Cal, could you roll a D100?
Oh, no.
You want to roll 30 or less. Otherwise, you're
Okay, to not get with this guy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. The two of you enter the Stormagate prison inside of the heart of the city of Zephdal. Descend down to see all of the cells are currently filled with some riffraff from the parties. Not all of them are heinous murderers or anything along those lines. There's just no place for them otherwise. So they get placed in these fairly well-contained prisons. You're brought down to the level, not too far down. And then, as you're greeted inwards, there are several cells, your left and your right. You see one dragon in one of them. You see some gnarly-looking creatures in another. And then there's a space for just you and one next to you, where he is going in.
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting this is much better than where I was staying at last time.
Is it?
Well, you know, it's four walls and a ceiling, so
Yeah, and bars.
yeah, it's better.
Maybe it's 3 walls. Okay.
Maybe.
Ooh. I mean, it is one of the better prisons I've stayed in. This one is very high quality. They're very proud of it too.
Alexis leads the two of you in. As soon as you enter behind the bars, you see this field appear in front of you. And now you are completely encased in this very large cell with all the amenities that you will need to at least get by. But all of your items are taken from you and you are just left with yourself. Luckily, it's soundproof. Unluckily for you, though, there is a hole in your cell wall that leads into his. And you can see his eye. Hey! Hey! I see you.
2 weeks of this.
2 weeks of this.
Okay, Cal copes with it by I don't know, making up a game and teaching it to the guy, and they play it for 2 weeks straight.
Can at least you bail him out if he finds out?
You find out eventually from Alexis, and he'll just say, unfortunately, we do not accept payments. There is no bail when it comes to Zephdal. They must pay through time.
Here's kind of my way back.
Well, luckily enough, he should be in here until the end of the festivities, so it lines up with when you are returning.
Oh, okay.
You just will not be able to see him until then. And Cal will be fine. He is used to these sorts of ordeals anyway.
What did he get arrested for again?
The apprehension of drugs. And as well, lying to an officer of the law. He also befriended the drug dealer and tried to change his life, which, you know, it's...
Doesn't that technically earn him a shorter sentence? He was
No.
trying to do good.
One good does not make one bad better.
But I
It is
only
still
got
a
caught
bad-
because I tried to do good.
The voice of Cal.
It's like I can hear him now.
Well, to be fair, do you disclose the rules to everyone who comes here?
It is almost an unnecessary request from our civilians not to partake in several very dangerous hallucinogenics. Now, this bucket that I had received was, let us say, had everything in the list. So,
Oh dear.
if it had fallen into the wrong hands, if it was given to someone that was not prepared, would lead to grave consequences. It is best that this has happened. The best outcome, of course.
Well, just because in some parts of the world it's not illegal at all, so
Then perhaps ask before you do.
yeah, I suppose you're right. Can't blame me for trying to help a friend, I suppose.
No, I cannot. But you're here for the next few days. Enjoy it. And Cal, he'll be fine.
Okay, well, I guess we can meet Kai before we leave.
Since his moment of, well, revelry was at a lower register, I will allow you to visit him if you wish.
Oh, I don't know if I want their first meeting to be in a prison cell?
Well, I mean, for you to see him, I'm sure being in a
Oh.
prison cell for a long time by himself would be quite excruciating on the mind. It is meant to be. The prisons that we put there, the lower ones, they can be quite heinous, but for the right reasons.
Wouldn't it be better to rehabilitate those people?
It is in a sense.
How? You're putting them in more chaos. They're probably used to that. It's all they know. Maybe they just need some help. Maybe they didn't have a choice. You don't know.
He kind of looks at you. Quite anti-authoritarian, aren't you not?
Not anti-authoritarian, just I think some people don't have or didn't have a choice but to turn to those things.
Well, Calameos did. And he chose.
I know, but I'm talking just about your prison in general. Maybe you could have a program for those that do serve their sentence and try to get them a job so they don't have to turn to crime again after they leave.
You are speaking without knowing our institution, Elisio. That is part of our reform process.
Didn't mention it. Just kind of sounded like you put them in a chaotic environment.
Once again, you did not ask.
All right. Well, I'll pay him a visit.
Very well. Before we move on, a few more days pass and Elisio eventually pays Cal a visit. Cal, it's been a few days you've been in prison now with the guy in the cell next door who you haven't asked his name. He has not given his name. And you have roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god. Why am I rolling a wisdom saving throw?
Sanity check.
Because you're in Alcatraz right
Nat
now.
one.
And that one.
That is a nat one.
There is a slight snap in Cal. I think this sort of prison life is a bit much, especially with this guy in the cell next to you. Just going, hey, maybe we can play another game. Maybe do the
No,
same.
no, that was enough games.
No, come on. Let's do another one.
No.
La, 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 I can speak louder than you. La, 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 la.
How
Are you
about
crying?
we play? No, I'm not. How about
Tears
we
are
play
for the
a game
weak.
called Who is quiet the longest, and the one who speaks first after we say now we start loses.
Okay.
Okay, we start now.
You win. Now we can play another game. Cal. Cal.
To get out of this.
Cal. I can't see you. You're not looking in the hole.
Yeah.
Cal. 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 Cal? Well, there was this old tradesman that I met many years ago, and he starts telling you stories as you just sat there trying to enjoy your own silence, and he just keeps talking and talking and talking. Even when you don't talk back, he just continues to talk. Then after 3 nights, 3 long, excruciating nights, where he doesn't seem to even sleep,
What is wrong with this guy?
He's on drugs. What do you mean?
He may have had a life of taking drugs as well as selling them. You receive a guard that is outside of your prison door and opens up. You have a visitor.
Yay!
oh my god, Cal, is that our brother?
Shut up!
Is our brother here?
No! And Kel immediately follows the guard out.
Follows you out. You find this small recreational area where Alicia is sat there waiting for you. And then Cal, you emerge. Cal, what do you look like in this moment? You've had 3 days in this prison. Your psyche has been broken.
Your psyche has been broken. Well, first of all, this is probably the first time Cal doesn't look clean shaven. He has a slight stubble going on, red like his hair. He's wearing prison clothes, I assume, because they probably took his clothes, and some of them are enchanted. It's very weird not to see him in his typical layers, especially without the armor. He doesn't really take off. And his hair has grown a bit longer, even though it's only been 3 days. It's completely disheveled. He's not been able to wash it. Or rather, he's not had the motivation because he was being watched and it was creepy.
You
Looks
also
rough.
have 3 levels of exhaustion as you've had 3 nights of no sleep. So, Alicia, you just see Cal completely drained of color. He's not seen the sun in 3
My
days.
goodness.
His eyes, his bags are just lower than his cheekbones, which are already fairly high.
Are you alright?
No,
Cal,
but like,
you see
all my
Alicia,
fault.
and he kind of looks a bit like the drug dealer.
What did you do to your hair?
I started a bit different. Do you not like it?
That was great.
Are you like Alicia starts examining Cal?
I have not slept in 3 days.
Are they keeping you awake?
No, not they. He is.
Who's he? Huh?
The man I tried
Is
to
this-
help fight a better life. I'm never doing that again. Never.
Cal.
They put him in a cell right next to me, and there's a hole in between ourselves. If this man tells me of his fucking brother one more time,
Okay, just sit down and try to maybe get some shut-eye. small pat on the back, walks up to the
Uh-huh.
guard. Excuse me.
Yes. You have
Is
2
there meant
minutes
to
left.
be? Okay, quick. Is there meant to be a hole between cells?
There is not meant to be one, no.
Well, looks back to Cal. I don't think he's doing too well because there's been one between him and another prison that doesn't seem quite mentally put together. And I don't think Cal's doing mentally well either.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Where is it?
A doctor walks into a floating prison.
I'm gonna reroll it. Fuck's sake. Okay, 16.
Alright. Okay. We will have a look into it.
Please do. Sleep. Not having sleep for that long can really be damaging to someone's health.
Well, we have been giving him food and drink and everything he needs to sustain himself. But clearly he has lost some element of his psyche. His right eye is twitching. He is not right. Perhaps
No,
it
I
is the
don't-
hole in the wall.
Are you sure he's safe to stay in there longer?
Another
At
guard
least
comes in.
unsupervised?
It is time for you to return to your cell, Calameus.
What?
That was your time.
Can you at least make sure that the hole is fixed and
We will see.
get
to it.
him some sleep medication, please?
One of the guards here just uses this sort of cantrip of gust to lift you up into the air, Cal, as you are now being drifted beside them. Come with me. Back to your home.
Bye, Alicia.
Good luck. Sorry. Bye. God damn it, Cal.
Now, Leonie, can you roll another D100 to see if they will actually fill the hole in?
I am going to sue this prison.
70
What
or
the
lower.
fuck?
You want a 70 or lower?
Okay, come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
They hear the whispering from the cell next door. Hey, Cal, you're back. How was our brother? I missed you. What? There's not supposed to be a hole here. And he just kind of causes this cantrip to mold the stone wall back into one. No more holes.
Yes. For the next day, I still hear him.
Yes. So for another 5 points of exhaustion.
Holy shit! That would mean I'm dead!
You
Is it at 6?
Yeah, but I was already at 3!
Oh, right.
you spend some time in the city's Eftal's prison. A long time. Crime doesn't pay. And you're feeling this.
Crime doesn't pay children!
Can you roll an intelligence saving throw?
Oh, dude, stop making me roll saves! 15.
There's something about this experience that kind of like opens up. And that psychic break you had, it's kind of like turned into some sort of epiphany. And now you're just riding this high at the cell by yourself. Time passes by quicker. The world around you starts making sense. It's all just working. And then your sentence is up. To greet you on the other side is Alicio. What
With
does Cal?
Kai too.
What does Cal look like now after 2 weeks?
Well, he was returned all his stuff, so he's probably this is at the beginning of the 6 months, right? So Janet is still a city small enough size,
Yes.
so he's probably immediately reunited with Janet, who's just sort of wrapped around his shoulders as he's just cuddling her, being like, let's try not to do that again. He does need a shave, quite desperately. His hair are sort of mixed into the feathers that grow along his his temples, and it looks a bit rough. But he also looks much happier than the last time Odysseus saw him, which was like the lowest point. But he's found himself. He's content. He's accepted his responsibility in what happened. And he's probably not going to do it again in a city that he knows that there are laws against it.
Kai is looking over. Is this guy alright?
No, probably not. I think he needs a nap and probably access to a usable
I
bathroom.
think he needs a fucking coffin.
Kai. Jesus.
Rude.
Waves over Cal.
Cal, you
Hello.
feel this tap on your shoulder. Hey!
Uh-huh.
Hey! I'm out as well. Hey!
Oh no.
Looks, there's the guards around.
And there are guards around.
Is it illegal to punch people? What about trip them? What isn't illegal in the city?
You wish to cause bodily harm. That is frowned upon, if not illegal.
That's aggravated assault.
Okay. Fine.
But guess what's not illegal? A hug from your brother.
Oh, that's also
Ryan?
harassment.
And
At least he's
regret it.
stealing Kyle away from this man. You need to stop getting into these situations.
I went into it with mostly good intentions.
As we're walking away, like a bit away from all of the guards,
And the
out of
guy.
earshot,
He's
and the
following.
guy.
No, he's not. As soon as
spawning the little.
close to guards, Cal is casting untangle, and that guy is staying where the fuck he was.
But you said you were gonna get me a job.
Okay, bye. And they're leaving.
Out of earshot of guards, Alicia just kind of leans to. You do. If you really do want to, you know that I have.
He shouldn't be
Like the
admitting
safe
that. I just
ones.
love that. Yeah, but like there are so many good ones out there. So
Not the most
many.
dangerous hallucinogenics you could find in a
wasn't
bucket
my
in an alley. What is
intention.
wrong with
It
you?
wasn't my intention. I just wanted something for fun. How was I
Okay.
supposed to know the
Cal,
guy was going to
This is Kai. Kai, this is Cal.
Yeah, we already met.
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, well, just like once when I was standing like 30 feet away.
It was quite a
Hi.
while ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I counted.
You're fucked.
Yeah. This is Janet.
That's more fucked.
No, she's adorable. You take that
Oh,
back.
be careful if you touch her. She is a bit prickly.
Cal is like literally covered in cuts across their neck and their hand where they've been rubbing against Janet. Yeah, I can see. Well, good to see you on the other side, Cal. Who was that guy?
What guy? There was no guy. Let's pretend that never happened.
There was clearly a guy behind you.
No.
Are we just gonna ignore the guy that he was with?
I think that was the guy who I told you about that's been talking.
Oh, the drug dealer guy.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. He might have connections.
No.
No? Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not here.
I
Not
know
here.
enough people that have connection in that direction. We don't need that guy.
How long does Grasping Vine last for, or Entangled, whichever one you used?
I think it's a minute. Let me
It starts
check.
crawling. Hey, over here.
All right.
No, we're long fucking gone.
The cosmos carpet, and I like flip it upside down. So he's.
I just wanted to say thanks.
We're running.
Running
Bye-bye.
away. I think that lasts for like 10 minutes. We gotta go.
I'll find you, brother. I'll find you.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Over my dead fucking body.
Yeah, we can
I'll
arrange
find
that.
you.
Don't say that out loud. It's just running away.
Okay. You run as fast as you can. You have about half a day left until you are being teleported away back to wherever you wish to go. So there is a slight sweet goodbye, bittersweet as it may be, with Kai. He will approach Alicio and just say, right, well, since you're going away, I'm not going to be staying here too long. All of this is finished, and I got to see where the cunts want to go next. So, oh yeah, that's the name of the band. Yeah. I'm not just calling them cunts. Yeah.
Well,
So.
will you let me know where you go?
Yeah, but how?
Should probably
Well, I
get this-
can give you a sending stone. You'll just have to be a bit careful
No.
with it. And not say-
No.
Okay.
Hold on.
No.
I'll take a sending
We're
stone.
getting. No, we're gonna buy a new one, not that one that can explode at a random word. Cal.
That's even better.
No.
Why not?
No, you're not.
don't want
No,
you
Anna
to
just made it clear that
explode.
he's helping all of us. No, he's not.
I have like 50 of those on my character sheet. What do you mean I don't have those?
You don't have all of them. Cal would never have given you all of them. Then he would never have got to distribute any of them. That would be boring.
Oh,
He
God,
would have
no.
taken at least 10. And since he was the one that found them, he would have never given you all of them.
Yeah, fair point. Go on.
Please no.
All right, then I'll need to find some other way to get in contact with you then.
Well, is there a magic shop around here? Maybe we can get a normal one.
All the prices here are like 10 platinum pieces minimum. No point in buying it here.
Which, like, we can afford, but...
But that might not even be the cost of the thing. Look, I'll find something eventually, and from there, we can keep in touch.
I can always cast sending.
Okay.
You know, two times a
about-
week.
Yeah? If that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course. Until you find something.
Yeah, I'll find something.
Let me know where you'll be.
Yeah, I gotta talk with them first. There's talks of going to Denavir, but I'm not sure about that.
Bax. Well, I can't really tell you where we will be because we're also kind of on the move constantly, so
Well,
I hate this.
it's fine. Temporary. But it won't be long. Just don't get yourself killed, you know. Otherwise, then I have to find, instead of a sending spell, like one of those speak with dead spells, and I'm not sure I'm being into that.
Or a revivify scroll.
I'm not made of money. That's like
Okay.
diamonds.
You can get the money off my corpse. It's fine.
He nods and gives you a bit of a wink.
At least you'll hug some time.
All right.
I'll try not to die.
Yeah, I make sure he doesn't die. How about that?
You're going to go in prison again. Your promises mean
No!
nothing.
That only happens about once a year, not more often. This was my one time, so I'm not going to do it for the next year.
Didn't you? Never mind.
No, I haven't been in prison since you met.
Didn't you almost go to prison in Vessel?
Ah, yes, but almost isn't the same as actually going to prison.
He's right. Almost isn't the same. I'm with Cal on this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fine. Technicalities.
He'll give you a kiss on the cheek, and then one more tight squeeze of a hug. All right. I'll see you soon, Blue.
See you soon.
And to you as well, Cal. Good luck
Yeah,
on
sure.
whatever fucking chaos you run into next. Because you're going to need it.
I've honestly just got family visits planned, so I hope that shouldn't be chaotic. Probably.
Probably. What a good word.
Well, before we get into more trouble, you stay safe too. And good luck with your band.
Thanks. And he'll just begin to walk off with the guitar in hand, just playing some sort of tune as he walks down.
Lisa just watches for a bit before turning
At the
to
moment
Cal.
he turns around. Are you looking at my ass?
Nope, turns around and goes to Cal.
What a shame. Just continues to play.
Red in the face. Okay, let's go back. Said you couldn't hang out with us more though.
Yeah, well, the universe seemed not to want that.
Right, the universe.
I told you this wasn't on me.
I love how
No, okay, it's 100% on me.
I love how the first thing I asked you, Leonie, was what do you want to do? And you say, find drugs. Bold statement. Bold choice.
Not even get
My
drunk.
plan was wildly different, but
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
Okay. Well,
by the way, I want to say I had something more wholesome planned that I also told Max, and, well, that didn't happen.
no.
It's okay!
I have to say that. Still happen at some point, but maybe not just for this
Okay.
this look back. Now we will focus momentarily with Brooke. Helen, since this is a dream that you're having, you have spent some time during your time away from the group to explore a part of your life that you haven't been able to tap into for nearly any of it, and that is delving into dreams and dreaming as a whole. There are times where you are traveling through the dreamscape alone, as well with your mother in tow, and you are just exploring different facets of it, different areas, and there are points where it is just the two of you talking and chatting. Now, Brooke, if you could describe to us what sort of scenario we see at the moment between both Helen's mother and Helen herself, and if you want to explain sort of the journey that you've had within this dreamscape.
Well, Oberon / Helen would be trying to learn as much as they can from their mom, because this was kind of the thing where they never quite got to that part of her education before her mom died when she was a kid. So she's kind of trying to figure out like what and why this is a part of her and kind of what it is like in practice versus like it's a space between people's minds and that kind of thing, which the large suspicious voice told them. But just trying to learn more about that side of their history, which they never got to when they were young.
Okay. Going in and out, and there are different scenarios that begin to bubble up. Some that you kind of create at your own volition, others that you begin to explore and kind of navigate as people dream around you. There is this almost center outward sort of perspective to this place. There is no up or down. Everything is just available to you. It's like being just idle in space. And think of dreams as though they're little planets, little thought bubbles that are around. You can fly up, you can walk to them, you can teleport into them. There is the space that's here is just a little bit unintelligible and just kind of a bit more free roam. You've been going into people's dreams and looking in from an outsider's perspective. You've been creating your own. And at points, your mother begins to kind of create this almost memory of what the world was, or at least how she saw it in some instances. And a lot of it is quite more mellow, more calm, more almost dried up of life than you'd see it. The way her people kind of see the world is very mundane. There's not really much excitement, much explosive color. It's all fairly bland, if you will. That's mainly because they don't have that sort of epiphany of dreams. They can't dream, so they don't have that moment yet until they pass on. And then they kind of unlock that moment where they can dream once and forever. But she's with you along this journey, and you see an idle sort of reminiscence of Harperley, of your home where you grew up. You can see the castle in the distance. You can see the meadows of different greenery around on the outer farms. But again, the colour is quite drab. There's not much sort of life injected into this painting, if you will. But as she's kind of going through and talking about her life and the life of both her people and your people, she'll just kind of place her hand through the flowers that are blooming. We are a strange kind. We're always around. It's been in our nature. We just are. We are almost an improbability, an impossibility. The first of us arrived through just natural mutation. Life had spurred and we formed out from it. We just had the difference than others do. Some people are more resistant to flame, some are more susceptible to influence, and others can fight against it. We just happen to fall into that slight in-between. Not quite fey, not quite shadow, not quite material. We were somewhere in this nexus that never truly had a explanation. But even through our life, where we would question why we were so different, it was only in the after that we truly understood what we were, how we were, where our place was, and that's here, the dreamscape. It's different having a life that has no colour, that has a different sensibility. What you're seeing here today is how many of us see the world on a day-to-day. Now, as I go through other people's dreams and see their perspectives, I can see that ingenuity, that spark, and even in yours. Even though you couldn't dream before, you were almost this in-between as well, between fey, so bombastic and colourful, and something so devoid of any of that. Your eyes are beautiful, Helen, and what you see is remarkable. And it saddens me that it took this long for me to truly appreciate it. I just couldn't see it before. but I could see it in your father. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love with him. He was so playful, even for someone like me who couldn't see that fun, that exhilarating exuberance that life has with all of its many words and stories. Anyone else would say them, and I couldn't see the funny part. I couldn't see the colour. But your father, he painted a picture that none others can paint for me. And you have that as well. She continues to kind of walk through, and you can kind of see in this image that she's portraying that there is a point in this field that is more colourful, more bright. All of the flowers begin to bloom brighter with a very sort of verdant and bright yellows. As you can see in the distance, as she's thinking about your father, he is there in the dream, walking around and kind of plucking the flowers, placing them in a small little basket that he has by his side, and seemingly having made some flower crowns to be given out to people later on. But everywhere he walks, that sort of bubble around him just oozes that colour, that playfulness. Are you happy with how things are now?
I don't know. I think it's better. Feels safer somehow. I mean, it's different. And we kind of look down at their hand, and it goes back towards like Oberon's kind of action, and back again.
She is slowly guiding you towards the castle, continuing to walk through the farms and the crops here. You can see people working the fields. They seem quite glum in her vision, but then as your father passes by, he gives them a flower crown, and you see the energy around them begins to blossom, and colour floods through them, and they begin to smile as he passes. Such a beautiful man. Was I ever too harsh with you?
No. I've never felt like it.
I'd never really was around kids too much. I'd never really seen the point for them. They were not something that I ever thought I'd ever have. I was more into the history of the world, how things became, and the age-old question of what lays next. So I was worried about bringing someone into this world, because if I had questions about it, I'm sure they would too. And questions, no matter how much you try, can sometimes lead to no answers. It is just an endless descent. And for a while that worried me. And I didn't want to bring anyone else into this world, but then your father came around, and his smile was so infectious, his eyes were so bright. And seeing him made me think, the world needs more people like him. The world is better off with people in it like him, that spread joy. And she gestures over to see he's currently dancing with one of the farmhands through the fields, and then goes over to the next and then the next, placing flower crown after flower crown on top of their heads, spreading laughter. And I'm glad. I'm glad I met him, because without him I wouldn't have you. I'm sorry I left you so soon.
It wasn't your fault. I mean, you tried everything you could think of. And thought of a lot of things.
It's still not fair, though. I just hope that that lost time we can rebuild here. But I also want you to know that this place, this world, and she gestures to the sky where it kind of bleeds away and you see the other dreams being had. This is yours, all of yours. Just because I'm here doesn't mean I want to take all of your time away. We have forever. And if you want to explore and find yourself in this new world, then please, don't let me stop you. But I will be a little selfish and say that I would like to spend at least a very long time with you.
I'd like that as well. We do have time to make up.
Yes. And perhaps we can help people dream a better dream. There's people in this world that do suffer greatly. Some that cannot sleep. Some that struggle. I don't try to be too invasive, but from what your father had told me, or had instilled in me, let's say, made me want to help people. Help them with what I have. And that's to soothe the pain. We cannot fix it, we cannot mend it, but we can at least help. There are nightmares that are had, and some people cannot control them, cannot fight back. And although as good as they are, they can instill the worst in people. If you would you like to join me on this journey? To at least help the darkness shine a little light.
I do know a lot of stories. Decent ones.
Well, you did learn from the best, so. I would as well at some point, perhaps not now, but in the future, to introduce you to the dreamscape proper, to the hierarchy that lies there. Since you are one of a select few that have this gift of living on in dreams, I would like you to at least ingratiate yourself in some way or fashion. It is helpful to have a primal sort of view on things. We've all lived in the world. Not everyone here in the dreamscape has. Some are just dreams, and some just roam aimlessly, not knowing what life is. It's just an amorphous forever. And some take it for granted. It is people like us that can help shine that perspective in a place where there's so many. Where has your journey taken you so far? What have you seen?
Oberon would kind of just start talking about kind of would skip the bit just before they left the Feywild and kind of just after they arrived and kind of gloss over a lot of the more negative kind of things. And just kind of skip through to some of the more positive things, like where we've been traveling and the like various creatures we've fought and the weird things that were in the mountains and the Yeti, and in the end probably a lot like what she was used to their dad doing, and kind of making everything a bit better than it kind of was when skipping through the story.
You have that sort of same appeal that your father does, where that sort of radius around you is just heightened and just much more lovelier than it may have been in reality. You show the whole life cycle that you've been through so far, and you see she watches it with a very sort of puzzled, inquisitive sort of look, but they never question, they never sort of ask questions either. They take it all in, as if they're analyzing every moment and just trying to soak in that sentiment that you felt in that moment, because it just exuberates from you and is living in this image that you're showing her. Well, you've gone quite far. And not a hint of fear.
I try not to. I've been more afraid recently.
How comes?
I don't know. It's in the Fae, it's like, especially in Harpley, things feel different. The air is different. You just don't. I never felt afraid there. And then when I came away from there, it just kind of carried with me, and then I don't know, and then would go back to like the kind of fully into looking like Oberon and kind of flash up some of the images of what happened around there. But no, since then I feel much more afraid. I don't know. Maybe it's difference in blood. I don't know. And just kind of looks down at their hands, kind of flitting between the purple and the red.
Her hands will hold on to
Has
yours
felt a little different.
as they're changing. Change can be very scary. The unknown. Life throws things at us that we cannot predict. Ever-changing elements that we cannot control. Your uncle taught me that. We can't ever make things what we wish them to be, but we can strive to make them better. To make them at least feel whole. There are so many lost people out there. There's so many of us that are lost. But it's being found that really encapsulates what we are. People, us, we have a bigger connection than we all realize. And I'm sorry you felt lost, or scared, or afraid. But I hope that those moments of unknown can at least be soothed over, if not by me, then perhaps by all of these friends. And she looks at all of the people that you've been kind of spurring up. It is never too late. It is never too early. There is always a right time. But take it with ease. Do not feel pressure. Things will come, and you can take them. You're strong, Helen. Your father made sure of that. One thing I did want to speak about slightly. Since you are on this journey, you have caught wind of Tintava's true nature.
I don't even know if they can help it that everything just around them kind of loses a bit of color. And then kind of turn and goes, I suspected for a while, and then shows an image of kind of when they saw the spiral and were like saw back in time. That couldn't have been something good. And then when I saw her, I don't know, but I mean, he was fine. She must have done something to him. I mean, he was healthy. He was,
I know.
he could have lived forever.
She had deceived us all. Her true nature is a demon of sorcery, an enchantress. She was once a handmaiden. She would be at my side for a long time. You probably wouldn't have recognized her. She would pass by and many wouldn't even blink an eye. She would care for us, tend to our needs if necessary, go above and beyond. But little did we know that it was all a ploy. That she was there for the seat of the throne. Do not blame your father, do not blame anyone. None of us could have known. We let a viper in our den and we didn't see it coming. That is just the way life is sometimes. The reason of my passing, I had thought of it years and years to understand what it was. But now I realize that it was outside of my control. My own handmaiden was slowly poisoning me to rid me. She had poisoned all of us. First, it started with me. Then as soon as I began to get sicker and sicker, my body deteriorated faster than I expected. But I had slowly seen that same effect take place in your father as well. The guards, everyone else. As soon as I detected this hint of betrayal, I tried to speak up. I tried to stop her influence, but she silenced me. She has a unique effect, one that can enter the minds of even the most stalwart. A poison. If consumed, will leave you open to her susceptibility. And I'm afraid that she has poisoned the entire nation of Harperley. Once you have this poison in your system, there is nothing that can be done to rid it. At least nothing known. But she chooses what happens to those that have ingested it. Whether they serve her, whether they walk free, or whether they simply wither. She wanted to get rid of me. Next was your father. And now she has everything. If you are to pursue this, which I have no doubt that you will, be mindful of that. That those you trusted before may not be trustworthy. I do not know what the telltale signs are, but do not accept anything in the Fae. As much as at home it may be, her influence might be greater than you may think.
Oberon would kind of start racking their brain of how in the world they lived. I mean, they were there for like years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, while she was around and their dad was still alive, and then when Markovy was born, and then like a good few years after that. So Oberon have like a visibly puzzled look on their face. I don't understand why she would bother to let me be.
To keep you around? Why not kill you? I don't know. I've been thinking the same.
I mean, even when I left, I was careful, but I'm sure she could have found me when I started this whole mission, and she saw me. Just like genuine confusion at like why she has bothered, aside from like maybe Markovy's sake, but even then, like,
I'm not sure, and perhaps we'll never find the answer to that question. Or at least, if there was an ulterior motive, hopefully we'll never know what it may have been. Because perhaps the answers are going to be worse than what we wish them to be.
maybe it's good fortune then that I've ended up who I am. Anything that would have been in my blood is not there. Fate in a way. Maybe.
It could be fate.
It all works out. Can't tell if it's good or bad fortune.
Fortune is fortune. There's always a bad and a right. There's always someone more fortunate or less fortunate. And even if you're fortunate, there's always going to be someone that isn't. Fate is a coin. Fate can fall on the in-between. and have no side. But I do hope that whenever the time comes, that if you need help, just dream and I'll be there. I may not be able to affect the real world, but I have some control here and guidance. I will always be listening.
I'm glad for it.
So am I. And she'll give your hand one last squeeze as this sort of image begins to fade away. As it fades, are there any other dreams that Oberon/Helen has throughout this time?
I would try to look in on Markovi, knowing that it might not work. Wouldn't want to disturb him directly, but just to see what he seems to be dreaming about. If they're bad, try and
Can you roll an
make them
intelligence
into
check?
better stories.
Okay. You find him as he dreams. There is an odd sensation as you enter his dreams. You find it has more resistance than others that you've entered before. And you feel it's through just his nature. He is some sort of creature that resembles a child, but there is blood that pumps through his veins that are more powerful than you would first look and glance at. There is something innate with that causes this barrier that you have to push through to see further. And as you do, you find the young boy in not dreaming any sort of wide fantasy, not dreaming anything of heroic tales or anything like that. He dreams of something simple. He dreams of laying on his bed and having his father by his side read him a nighttime story. And as you see that same presence in this dream, the father begins to speak, the words coming off of the pages and almost floating around and creating these images of large dragons and small horses and tales of old. And he just continues and continues, but there are points where as Markovi is looking towards him, the room just grows silent. And the father disappears. And he's just left there by himself. You can see him begin to lift up the sheets higher, looking out of the window that seems dark and gloomy outside. Everything feels slightly twisted and bent. And then the father appears again, and everything seems lighter. Everything feels warm and joyous. But it's intermittent. He disappears once again, and he's left with that cold, sort of barren sensation where there is tapping at the glass, there's creaking down the halls of something further down, there's scraping sounds from the floors below, and all of them are just heightened in this dark, lonely room.
After watching it a couple times, Oberon would kind of try to instead of making them so scary, just try and dampen them to happier versions of those things, like music instead of scraping, still dark and cold outside, but maybe it's snowing, those kind of things to try and just make it not so scary for him in the in-between.
And you do. On occasion, his eyes light up, seeing the snow build up around the windowsill. The sound of laughter down the halls, one that sound both a mix of your father's, your mother's, but also your own voice, just peeking through. On occasion, there's also that sort of scraping sound below that turns into joyous dances, and you see him smile and kind of tap his head along to the rhythm, and even tapping his hand on top of the quilt. And then the father reappears, and that same sort of joyous sensation is the same that you've just put into it. You can see he's clearly sad. There's clearly something that affects him, even while he sleeps. But there are things that keep him warm and make him feel safe as well. Can you roll a insight check as well?
I'm not great at those.
Okay. The room itself is the same as when you were last in it. But there's a couple of things in here that have changed. You see the pillow that he has is not his. It is Helen's. You see some of the things that are decorated around the walls are pages from books that his father has read him. And he just glances up at those whenever he hears the sounds of voices and music, whenever his father isn't present. And he leans on those for comfort. You do also hear that there is some comfort that he gets from trinkets that have been put together and made by Tintava. And he smiles at those as well. There is still a love that he has, but there's something underlining that you're not really seeing. Is there anything else you wish to do in this moment?
We just kind of watch him.
Okay. You continue to watch. And even you find yourself almost enthralled by the stories that are being said. They are one-to-one memories from your father, stories he would tell you, and stories he's passed on to Markovi as well. And you almost get lost in them at the same time, gasping at the same sort of twists and turns. He'd always give a unique spin no matter what. Same stories read 50 times, 100 times. Each one of them felt different. And we'll kind of leave that scene for now. Maybe we'll look back at it at some point later down the road. But we'll jump to Arne. Arne, for Olrin, we will continue back to his last downtime experience, where he had entered the continent of Vishvahi to find his long-lost brother, which he has, and is being greeted by a strange group of rebels, they call themselves, fighting against the impending poachers and people trying to make the most out of a potential outcome. There is rich resources that are unseen that have been left on the ocean floor, now exposed to the elements, and everyone wants a piece. But this little rebel group, they seem to be against that idea at least. They aren't the most efficient walking around and seeing what they've got made and put together. They seem scrappy for the most part, but they are well put together in tactics and strategy. What they lack in resource, they have in experience. And you can see that as you're walking around and being kind of shown the different spots that they put together. But as time has continued, please describe to us, what does Ulrich get up to while he's here before the dinner that he's going to be having?
Mostly small talk with his brother, catching up and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And fishing a bit about information about this entire situation that is just so foreign. Like, at this point, Oren doesn't even know who they're fighting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You see your brother walking around and kind of quite gleeful to see you. Meanwhile, a lot of the people here are perhaps a bit more hard-headed or a bit more stern in their approach, but as soon as it's understood that you're his brother or you're not here as an outsider, they all kind of lax and the tension dissipates. Well, brother, we've been doing this for a while now. I'm somewhat of a newbie here. I try and do the best I can, but everyone here has been fighting this fight for a while. Some of them 20 years, some of them 5, some of them 10. Ever since this place came up, there's always been a bit of contention. So the people we're fighting, it's, to put it bluntly, it's everyone. Anyone who tries to take advantage of this place, and now not everyone is. Admittedly so, there's some places that don't really give a shit about this area, but there are certain individuals that are trying to capture more land, or they want a piece of the pie. They want some of the stuff you can't find normally. Because before you had the Tridents that controlled the entirety of the oceans and the seas, it'll be quite hard to get anything from down there. But now it's not. Now legalization is slightly more of a gray area. Both parties, both on above the land, above the sea, and those in the land are saying that this place belongs to them. And we fall into the category that this place does belong to the Tridents. It was their home. It's not their fault that it got taken out of the ground. It's like, what would you do if Cragmount or Trisvalar were put 100,000 feet in the ground? And now the people on the ground are saying, well, this belongs to me. But your possessions are there, your home, everything you've known is now down there. They don't quite see it that way. And trying to convince them that it's not right, really.
Understand that much at least. I'd be hard pressed to surrender all my belongings to someone who claims interest.
Now, I have no stake in this. I'm not here for my own greed or whatever. I'm here to help get them on track, because there's very little people fighting this. And sometimes tensions get a bit heightened, and we have to resort to doing things that perhaps we aren't too happy about, but these are lines that are set in stone, and if they cross them, they cross them. It's a hard world, and it's tricky to know who to trust in as well.
So you're having skirmishes then? Are you in danger?
No. Well, there's always danger, but for the most part, we're pretty good here. We have a couple of tussles, we'll say. There's a fair few pirates from the Pirate Council that try and invade and take what they can, but we fight those off. Luckily
Pirate
enough,
Council.
yeah. They, it's a group of them, different ships, different captains that come together. They've been sending us threats every few weeks, demanding more resources, otherwise they'll attack us, and we've not responded. There's been quite a few of them, but luckily enough, they've also got a sort of enemy to fight, the Everett Dynasty. Their armada is everywhere, and, it's kind of, the seas are theirs, really. If you're looking above the water, Everett Dynasty is everywhere. If you're looking below it, it's the Tridents. And sometimes those overlap, unfortunately. Some people don't see too kindly to, the amount of discarded shit. The broken ships, the things that just get tossed into the sea. There's only one person that receives that, and that's them down below. So they've had years of tensions building, let's say. This is just the nail in the coffin. So we do our best. We try to avoid fights, but if they fight, they fight. And we beat them head on.
Weird like that.
Sometimes it is, yeah. I know I'm no fighter like our sister. I'm not a cleric like you. I'm just doing what I can to help out. And if these hands can do something, then why not? I'll do my best. But,
Come on, no brother of mine fights with hands and sticks.
Well, sometimes that's what you have.
Then have more. I'll figure something out.
You sure?
Of course. Not too sure about all your associates. I'm rather new to this conflict and wouldn't get involved. But you're not dying out there. I'll make sure of that.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. Thanks. It's been difficult. I miss home, but I want you to. I said I found someone. I want you to meet her. I think you'll like her. And he'll start to lead you back to the main camp, where there are several huts that have been made out of the coral reef that's here. And you see this kind of larger opening. He walks in, and it seems to be like a large sort of opening. There's a small little garden that's been built around it. But there is this just dome of a hut that's on the sort of middle of this space. And you can see a soft light inside as he begins to approach. As his footsteps kind of enter closer, you see a woman kind of appear out. Triton woman, long sort of thrills of hair that go past her shoulders, deep and dark blues going into this kind of like lighter pink towards the top end. Her face and kind of upper body are kind of a shade of pink that go down to about collarbone height. Then the rest of it turns into this lighter sort of aquamarine greenish blue. You see she kind of like pops her head out. She smiles widely as she sees someone she cares about greatly appearing. And she just rushes out with her arms open. "Oh, my dear!" And she just grabs him. She lifts him up with this kind of great strength to her. And she's taller than the two of you, but she doesn't look to be strong, but she seemingly has some strength to her. Spins him around, holds him. "How was everything? Are you okay? Did you do what was needed? Everything go to plan?" "Yeah, everything's fine, Clarice. Everything's fine. But that's not what I'm here. I want you to meet my brother. This is Ulrin. He's come a long way. And you see her eyes kind of meet yours. Brother, I knew you had siblings, but... Oh, welcome, Ulrin. And you see she kind of reaches out a hand.
I grab the hand. I'm glad to meet you.
Oh, pleasure's mine.
Trust that Kordek has spoken only highly of you.
Well, he's very good with words, that's for sure. Well, don't try and flatter me too much, Clarice.
Well, you did want to try and become a merchant.
Tried is the good word. Well, he succeeded. He speaks of himself very lowly. He did a great job being a merchant, and that's actually how we met. So I'm glad he has this way about him. But I can see the likeliness already. Two very stunning and well-dressed men. And she kind of like looks up and down with a slight smile.
Apologies. Might be a bit unbecoming to show up fully armored.
Oh, please. We're in the midst of a battlefield. You're fine to dress up with armor. Don't worry. As long as you don't mind me wearing my enchantments, then we are fine.
Oh, curious. May I take a look out of professional interest?
Of
I dabble
course.
in them.
I
I dabble in the sword.
I know a little bit about you. We have a lot of time to speak of our past and our families. I understand that you're a follower of the gods, no?
I am, of Moradin.
You see a hint of like, oh. He's certainly one of them. But please, you can have a look. And you'll see she'll kind of show off elements of her collar. So underneath her normal sort of attire that she has, this loose tunic, she does have this kind of like metal, almost like binding that goes down her arm, underneath her pit, and behind and down her spine. It's almost like this metal casing that just covers the entire backside. She doesn't seem afraid to show, and she just kind of like unfurls. You see your brother just goes, "Oh, I'll get the tea ready," and he heads inside. You can roll an Arcana check if you want to.
Yep. Let's see. Do I have access to guidance being here?
You can if you want to, sure. It's not like the gods are completely kind of faded here. It was only by that sort of that hole you looked into before.
Fine.
They're probably not with you at the moment with that 9. You begin to look them over, and the materials that are used here, it for a moment looks like it has that sheen that silver does, that is just being freshly sort of heated and molded. But then you take a second guess, and you see it's actually a carved pearl that has been kind of made into this sort of formal back attire. There are intricate runes that are placed against it, but not those that you recognize. They aren't arcane sort of runes that have been emblazoned. This seems to be some sort of primal magic that's been infused, something that Tritons would be more accustomed to using. As well, she has bandoliers across her arms, made of that same sort of pearlescent material. And you can see her boots as well seem to be enchanted. The boots seem to be more sort of what you're used to in terms of an enchantment. They have this almost... They don't seem to be her size. They do look like they've probably been taken off of someone, or at least given to her. And the boots, they have this almost magical end to where they have this almost like, I want to say magnetism to them, but it's almost an opposite polarity that you can just feel in that space. As you're examining everything, she'll just look down and look behind. Have you found out what they are yet?
The boots seem to be magnetic at first glance, or at least work on those areas. The pearl is foreign to me, unlike anything I've seen so far.
Well, I'm glad that I can surprise someone for once. Everyone here is quite used to this sort of weaponry, or at least armaments. Well, this is homemade back down in Marvikor. We have a tradition of pearl smithing. It's similar to your sort of weaving that you would do and kind of ironworks, but we have these clams and oysters that would grow at a larger rate than most, and some that have been bred to carry enchantments with them. We have a farm of them down below, and we've allowed them to grow mutations, and all done with their consent, of course, and we mold the pearl into what we need it, infusing the runes that we understand to better protect us and to allow us to be a bit more on the same level and playing field as those on the surface. It is always a quick distinction fighting underwater than it is on the ground and in the air. But yes, these boots are familiar.
Oren nods at that. Wetten, very clearly getting curious of the boot's origin, but having some suspicions as to that, he does not ask.
Okay, and your suspicions were probably correct as well. You have some sort of small talk as your brother then returns with kind of a placemat outside, a small table that's been carved out of the coral that's here, and places the teas in an order for all of you to sit. So, are you here just for a small visit, or are you here to join us on our cause?
I'm afraid I have my own cause currently.
Is that one of the gods?
I am...
Is that one of Moradin?
Not specifically, though doubtlessly he approves.
She nods along.
Yes, I am here for a visit to my brother. I didn't know of his well-being, and given my strained relation to this place, given that I am a cleric, I had doubts and wanted to have a look.
She nods along, and you see the brother is kind of smiling as well, still in bewilderment to see you here, kind of just fascinated by everything that's happening. Well, it's a very nice thing that you've come to say hello, even with, of course, the current situation in tow. This place is quite the opposite of what you'd expect from divinity, but don't get it mistaken. This is a god itself as well. We are standing on the precipice of divinity. It's just not the divinity that you're used to. This is something that my people would cherish, and that's why we're here to fight it. That's why your brother is so daring to be here with us as well. He smiles and nods along. Well, I do have a reason to be here, of course, and that's for you, Clarice. Charmed. She will examine...
On that topic, does he seem charmed?
Roll a insight check.
All right. Fuck.
Your rolls have been really bad.
God damn it.
No, he doesn't seem to be.
Yep.
He has spoken very openly. Charmed. He's probably not magically enchanted or charmed, but he's certainly in love. the two can be very hard to differentiate, I'll say. You can see he's just wide and smiling. Looks between the two of you. I never thought that I'd ever get to introduce you to the family. How are the family anyway? Everyone back home okay?
Yes. From what I know, Lorelia is still with the Garden Wall,
Oh wow.
doing quite well for herself actually. I hear she beats others twice her size in the sparring matches.
That's amazing. It's been so long since I've been home. I've kind of lost track a little bit of time. This place is a little bit different, as we've spoken about before. So yeah, I feel like I should probably go home at some point just to see the family. I wouldn't want to just get caught up in all of this, and then again, there's a lot to do, and I'll be able to see him again at some point, I'm sure.
Or not. When at some point the conflict dims, I'll give you a way to contact me. I'll come get you for our family reunion.
That would be lovely.
Not permanently, of course, and with a nod to Clarice.
Clarice, yeah. That would be lovely. I'd love to see your family as well. Of course you'll be coming. We've also, the two of them look at each other for a moment, and she kind of smiles and nods. Well, it's favorable news that you're here, Ulrin, because I've been sitting on this for a while now. And he'll look down, and it doesn't take much to see that there's something cooking inside of her, a bun in the oven. And you see he kind of looks down, looks at her, they both just hold a gaze. You're going to be an uncle, Ulrin.
Truly. Oh, by all the gods, the entire family must know.
Well, maybe we can hold it back a little bit. Maybe just a tad. Nah, we should tell him. Yes, of course we should tell him. Oh, I've been sitting on this for ages, and I didn't know when to go and see you guys and tell you the good news, but yeah, we're going to be a bigger family than I first thought.
That's good for you. Even in such circumstances, I'm truly happy for you.
Thanks. Look at you, you're going to be an uncle. And I can see you being the best uncle, because you looked after Cal so well that he didn't get into any trouble. And if there's anyone I can trust, it's you. Because if you could control that chaos, you can control anything.
Aura looks like he wants to say something, but doesn't.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know the full truth of what happened on those days. We don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl yet, so we're still thinking of names. So yeah, I didn't want to go down the traditional route because we've got quite a string of, dare I say it, strange names in our family. So I was thinking something simple, something straightforward. And then again, we have Clarissa's side. There's a lot of nautical themed names. Excuse me. I mean, tribal, it's just our traditions. There are names that we have that are given to individuals that show progress in a certain field. If they are more attuned to one part of nature than the other, then a name is given to them. If someone is a strong swimmer, then perhaps they will have the name Gill mixed in between. If someone is more accustomed to sweet water than salt, perhaps there will be Lock of some kind. Very many names.
Oh. And was I added to the birth names, so...
That's right. It adds in somewhere or fashion. There is no deeper meaning than that.
Well, some of yours must have quite the list then.
There's a long list. That's why I also somewhat agreed with the shorter, more sweet name, rather than something with a lot of history tied to it. It can be a bit much. But we're glad to have shared this with you, Ulrin. You are the first that we've told. So we hope it starts spreading from you, since we're going to be involved in this for a while. So if you could share the news, or we could pay a visit to your family.
Either one is fine, though I'd prefer the second. They long to see them. Our parents long to see their son again. Especially in company.
You see he kind of like scratches his head. I've never really brought a girl back to the family. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Especially one with a baby. That might get a little bit tricky.
Or they'll be shocked half dead. But happy nonetheless.
Okay, well, we might need you to revivify them then. So you're going to have to be there.
I do know the spell. And a healer better than I.
Well, sounds like a plan. I heard that we're having a dinner tonight with the Admiral. Yeah, that's right. Small introduction dinner with Ulrin, since you had a bit of a fascination with him. Don't worry about that, by the way. Ulrin, he just likes getting to know people that enter the camp. It's happened before, just a little dinner, nothing too strenuous. And I'm sure he won't ask any strange questions either.
Such as?
Well, how many toes you have? I don't know. Strange questions. I don't. He's a very straightforward guy, so he just looks a bit. He looks towards Clarice. No, he's different from the rest of us. Yeah, he's a little different. I don't even notice he's not quite alive.
Oh.
He is a purveyor of the shadows. He cannot be in daylight, otherwise he will, most likely die. A vampire, to some. Yeah, a vampire. But don't be alarmed, he has no feasting for blood or anything like that. He has his own methods of controlling his urges, we'll say. But he is a normal person in society, and in fact, one of our head leaders here for this revolution.
Well, I'll try not to be alarmed.
He kind of puts his hands up. Yeah, well, the reason I thought it would be best to tell you now, because he probably won't eat at dinner, so just to avoid that awkwardness as well.
Enough.
Okay. Well, with that, she kind of lifts up the small cup. Shall we have a little cheers to, well, bringing brothers back together?
To family.
To family.
Reunited. And growing.
Now, are you talking about my gut or...
You've only gotten fitter since I last saw you.
That's because we don't have much to eat, but I'll try my best. To family. And he gestures his cup. To family. As the three of you cheers, we continue towards the evening, where a dinner is prepared, where it's only the three of you that are joining the Admiral here. A dinner in the open corals, nothing kind of obfuscated from the skyline. You can see the dazzling stars above. There is no light pollution here like there would be in the city, so you can see the perfect colors of the cosmos above you. All the greens, the purples, and the orange cosmic powder just intermingling and swirling in place as the stars just shine through them. There is dimly lit candles that surround the premises, some of them floating in the air, just kind of warbling back and forth. And you can see at the very end of this round table is this figure. That kind of coral growing out from the side of his eye and out of his face, this kind of bright pink coral where the rest of him is greyed out in tone. He stands up and gives a bow. Welcome. Welcome. Please, take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. And all the chairs pull out at once. And you will find your seating and they drag in.
It is quite impressive to see that you have made it all the way here, Mr. Morglosh. Did you not find any
With some aid,
troubles?
yes.
Ah, some aid. Very good. So, no dangers in your path.
No.
He nods
We
along.
we divined the position of my brother and teleported straight here.
Very good. Very good. Well, I, for one, am very glad that you are here. Because it shows that it is possible for others to join our cause. We always worry nowadays that our numbers are thinning more and more. But knowing that at least some of us are still remembered is a nice stepping stone. Sometimes conflict can leave us raveled in the fight. But it is moments like this in which we fight for a family. A joint space for all of us to share. What is your preference for meal? We have an arrangement of both fish, meat, and vegetables.
Orin would look at his brother, slightly grinning. Kind of the inside joke of Orin being asked for his preference,
Yeah.
but then giving a neutral. I prefer meats, hearty food.
Of course, we'll be sure to get that together for you.
And he gestures back to the kind of shadows that linger behind him. And you hear
Don't waste it.
scattering inside.
Oh, don't waste your rations on me.
No,
I know they are
please.
counted.
Do not fret, do not fret. We can arrange plenty of food.
And you see the two of them kind of look towards you with a, it's possible. He looks down at the table and then meets your eyes, Ulrin.
What do you feel from this place?
From this place,
Yes.
I have to admit it doesn't agree with me.
And that
It's-
is a perfectly rational.
Yeah, go on.
Perfectly rational sort of thought to have. It is a place that is not inviting at first glance. But we are all of this land, and everything that surrounds us should be for us. There should never be conflict. But unfortunately there is.
I heard as much.
It is trying times, indeed. My reputation as an admiral has carried me far, but medals and titles in the end give you nothing. They are just words. Words that, to the ill-prepared or the ill-mannered, will take with nothing. Here, we are all the same. Truly. None of us have influence greater than the other. We all listen to each other. They may look at me as their superior, but they listen. Not like other institutions around the world. Those that try to enforce ideas or rhetoric. We do our best to change things here. This is a place for new beginnings. Could you see yourself here?
I will defend my family. But this place, I understand it's important to the Tritons, not only for its resources, but to me it is repelling. I could not be a citizen here, or move here even. I would be diminished, slowly. That said, as I mentioned, I will never not be on the same side as Kordek here.
That is a reasonable insight. A very good insight. Someone who is world-weary and knows that there is not just one singular answer. Life is difficult and filled with uncertainties. But it is that spark, that light, that berries and flames catch inside of us. I can see that with you. In my many years, you see it in only a handful of people. I see that in you. There is something that is with substance. I hope that you carry that with you. Wherever you go, let your voice be heard. Be strong. There are not many like you around.
I must disagree. There are many. many of them contained within themselves, in need of direction or inspiration.
That may be so. My perspective is slightly skewed. It has been a very long time, since I have met someone with integrity that has not stood beside me. I apologize that I bring up topics like this. This is uncouth of me. However, I respect my people here, and there is a question that I have for you. One that I will not act upon, for respect. And he gestures to your chest. That book. Why do you carry it with you?
To contain it. It has the ability to slip away, and I must not let it, as it is already, not entirely apparently, killed a friend. And I know the one who wrote it, and she is dangerous.
You hear the scuttering behind him in the shadows, and at some point you can see eyes looking down, and then they kind of glance back to what they were doing. They are just two beady eyes that almost shine a glimmer, but don't have like a lens or anything there. It's just that kind of glimmer that catches in the moonlight and then looks down and away.
It is true, it needs to be contained. And again, for respect. I know of its origin. I know of the one who wrote it. I know of the dangers that can persist with it being in this world. So I ask you, are you capable of taking care of it?
I intend to see this to the end.
The eyes glance up again from the shadows. This time, they begin to exit the shadows and closer to the light. And you see this long-haired, frilled hair going down past the back. This grayed out woman with black eyebrows, black hair. They are wafer thin and slightly sort of hunched in some ways as they just float in your direction. And she just stands idle next to the head of the table here. And I'd like you to roll a history check.
Do I recognize her as Menahor? Because I have seen her.
You have seen Menahor under different circumstances. So if you could please still roll.
Okay.
Okay, 13.
It's slowly getting bigger.
That's what she said. You...
Fucking course.
Looking at her, there is an uncanniness between that time when you were on the ship and now. A moment of self-preservation, fighting for your life, as conducting the battle on the seas, a kraken and an army of undead coral men attacking your ship. And it's those eyes that glare. Although her form is slightly different, she's not floating as if she's underwater. Everything is obeying gravity. And as well, her limbs aren't as stretched out. They seem to be of at least normal proportions. And she seems less monstrous, but it's those eyes that are just the same. And she is looking not at you, but the book. You see he looks back and sees her.
The author of that book is my beautiful wife's sister, a witch, a hag, one that tries to destroy and unravel. From what I understand, and I have to apologize that my darling wife had come across your ship once before.
Yes. We've fought of sorts.
If
An
I
army
would have
of
known
coral
that
men.
You were brothers, I would not have allowed this to happen. You have my deepest apologies. Both of you.
You see your brother is confused and trying to understand what this all means.
Those I've brought with me, all of them have lived, though for some of them it was close. I'll let it pass.
It is very admirable of you.
He looks to Menaher, and you can see she's trained on the book with her eyes just constantly, and her fingers are slightly bending and twisting as she's looking at it and just perhaps thinking of different scenarios and different ways in her head. But then as he looks, she looks to him, and then she fades back into the shadows.
My wife is not one for conversation. She has fallen greatly.
One clarification, which I slightly messed up with, is the writer of the book is not the sister, but in fact the mother.
Yes, I was like, what? Huh? New character?
I just realized what I said.
See, I did
like,
check my notes on
what?
that and was
Yeah.
like, wait,
My
want to
brain was
interrupt
like,
you,
wait,
bro.
is there a different third sibling? Is this in fact the aunt of the other two? I was like, huh?
I was just
completely fucked up family.
I was just thinking of the three siblings, and I said sister.
And then my brain was like, wait, did Hexathorn write the book? No, that would make no sense. Oh good.
Madame Lucille has done enough to her children that has had its own rippling effects. That book is just a consequence of their actions. The reason that she wanted it back was selfish. He looks back to the shadows. But if you deem yourself worthy enough to carry it, the responsibility lies with you. But fail, and you already know the consequences.
I do.
If you feel that you are not up to the task, or you feel that you are slipping, it can be persuasive. And we can try to get rid of it. No more than us wish to see her influence gone. But that takes time. Time to find out how. If anyone could, it is her children.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. Now we eat. And you see the dinner begins to come out on floating platters. You see your brother looking at you, just mouthing, "What the fuck?"
I'm off back. Later.
All right. The plates are placed in front of you. You see Thrawn just sits there, not eating, and just looking up to the sky, to the stars, as the rest of you begin to dine and eat, with some light conversation being passed back and forth. Can you roll another history check, please?
All right. Gotta roll above a 10 now. Whoa. It's happened.
Okay. With a 22, you learn a bit more about him just through the stories that you've heard of him, more so than asking them directly. The more you insight, the more you speak, the more you start to paint the pictures of what was maybe forgotten or left idle last time you had seen him. This individual has been part of a group before, known as the Unionists, a group made of several individuals who have seen some influence in the world. One of them, more importantly, being a member of the city of Zefdal. The Queen, in fact, was once a big voice in the Unionists, and the two of them had worked side by side for a long time. There is no hints of anyone else working alongside this admiral anymore. So you can sense that that sort of union has broken, leaving him with only the resources that he has at his disposal. Now, this individual used to be a maritime legend, one that was part of the Everett dynasty. He had, in fact, supposedly died on the sea, but it turned out he did not. He came back many, many years later in this new form that he has. The seas had changed him. More specifically, it was Menaher that had changed him. And the longer you spend here, the more you can see that sort of tether that the two of them have, as though he possesses some element of the curse that she exudes. She, looking at her for the brief time that you had, resembles a sea witch, one that gives out curses and hexes to those fortunate and misfortunate. But she also has some powers over the dead. From what you've seen over the kind of battle that you had many moons ago on the seas, she was able to control and orchestrate a very well-organized attack using undead thralls. Now, he is a vampire.
There's not been any signs of other vampiric creatures in this group that you've seen, but it's not to say that they aren't used or they aren't present. They have low numbers, and from what you can gather, their group here is probably the same size as this camp. For them to fight back armies, warships, they're going to need some power, some sort of trick up their sleeve, because they've been fighting this fight for the better part of 20 years. So, it's from the combination of having seen the boots, they are most likely, whoever they face, turning into their own army. You haven't seen it, but that is the line that you can read between this. Is there anything...
This is getting so hard to nod off.
Is there anything that Orin wishes to do during this dinner?
Honestly, after the heavy discussion, he tried to steer it back onto new family member stuff.
The lighter sort of topic cuts through any of the tension that was there before, and you have both your brother and his wife kind of participating in this conversation, with the Admiral interjecting every so often with his own sort of ideas and sort of his understandings of love and what that means. He's a sailor after all, so he probably shares some tales and stories of people and their love of the sea, and reflects that into what he sees here with your brother and his wife. But the evening continues, and eventually we kind of leave that to the side. Since it is late, we will end this session now, end it for today. It was a bit of a kind of looking back session, since the group is currently in this state of unease, unknown. I would imagine that these sort of memories are coming up in these moments of kind of alone, where you are feeling a little bit questioning everything.
That's 100% what Cal remembers while he's deeply thinking about his dead friend. That's the memory he goes back
100%,
to.
100%. It's canon. It's canon. Ugh. But there we are. That's today's session. Hopefully you enjoyed. And once again, happy birthday to Arne. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Yay.
Happy birthday. For spending it with us. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, follow us on Twitch. We are now at 70 followers on Twitch. Thank you very much. We've reached another goal, slowly building up over time. So thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. We will be streaming tomorrow for not D&D, but something a bit more down to earth, where typically is either a games night or a chatting night. Tomorrow it will be Minecraft, starting a new server, a new sort of experience overall. We still haven't come up with what the vibe or theme's going to be, but we'll come up with it as we go. And as well, if you ever have any questions, that is probably the best time to be sending them. So if you ever catch us live on the Wednesdays, whether it's for the stream that we have tomorrow or any other stream in the future, that's the best place to get answers to questions that you have, because we'll be actively answering questions in chat. So feel free to come if you have any questions about the campaign or just about us in general or about Minecraft. I won't be able to help you. Robbie will probably. Brooke will probably as well. So yeah, you just get to watch us fuck around for a bit tomorrow. But yeah, that's it from all of us here. We'll see you next time. Bye 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 bye.
Bye 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 bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.